Hello friends, welcome back once again to my channel. If you are new here, if you are coming here for the first time, my name is Chioma and you are welcome to my channel, which is just Oma. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the mistakes I avoided when I had my baby. Yeah, it's been a while now, so I'm going to try and recollect some of the things. Before I start, don't forget to subscribe as always, and click the like button. It's really important if you can like my videos. That will help my channel to be promoted by YouTube and help other people to see this video, and I would really appreciate that. And if you can also share my videos, and yeah, thank you for being here. And my name once more is Chioma. So without wasting much time, the first mistake I tried very much to avoid, it's not really easy to avoid a lot of these things, but the first thing I remember is that I didn't believe everything I hear. I tried not to believe everything I hear or everything someone tells me. So, you know, as a first-time mom, people will tell you how to do things, people will tell you what to do, people will tell you this is how it's done. And especially, I was not in a place where people were bound to tell me that a lot, but I had that at the back of my mind. If I have any doubts or if there's anything, I will always call the doctor, the pediatrician. We have the nurses there, the health visitors. It made things much easier for me rather than believing what people say or telling me, give your baby this, it's better. I gave my baby that one. So as a new mom there, please, it's really important that you don't just believe everything. And you don't believe everything that you read online too. You know, we have a lot of doctors out there that are not qualified, and with the rise of social media and stuff, you can see people writing a whole lot of things on Facebook. You can see people telling you, yes, I did this and it did nothing, I did this for my baby, and that someone did something for their baby and it didn't hurt their baby doesn't mean that it's good. Okay, so always consult your doctor. Let me say the pediatrician. So they are the first people to consult if there's anything especially for your baby, okay? Because our babies are tender. You cannot go through that 9 months, then come out of it and be careless about it. That was just my mindset. So I didn't believe everything I heard or what people say or maybe whatever Google tells me. I tried as much as possible to be level-headed about it and seek counsel from the right sources. The second mistake I avoided is buying too many diapers. Yeah, I'm saying diapers because there's another one, but let's leave that aside. So I tried not to buy a lot of diapers because I knew my baby will be growing. I don't know what gave me that, but let me say I avoided that mistake of buying too many diapers. And sometimes, remember, people will come to see your baby and they will give you some diapers. Seriously, always think about that when you are trying to buy a lot, because sometimes you're like, let me buy now that I have money, and then at the end of it all, you have plenty that your baby may not wear, and you start looking for how to sell off at a discount, and that's like a loss to you. So for first-time moms, try to avoid buying too many. Remember that your baby is growing, and sometimes they grow at a very fast pace that you will be so shocked at the short space of time within which your baby has grown. So with me, I avoided the mistake of buying diapers, but I didn't avoid the mistake of the other one. But I'm talking about the ones I avoided. Another mistake I tried to avoid is comparing my baby with any other baby. I tried a lot not to compare because no baby is the same. I already knew that. I already told myself that every baby is different. So I am not going to compare my baby. Sometimes you know, it's an instinct that comes when you see a baby that is the same age group with your child already, maybe walking or crawling before your baby. Yeah, sometimes it touches, but is for you to shake it off. As long as your baby is healthy, as long as my baby is healthy, I was fine. So my first baby, she walked at 1 year and 3 months. Yeah. But she's walking now. Nobody remembers that. So sometimes it's not good to compare. And seriously, sometimes, especially when it comes to how big your baby is and all that, you may be comparing your baby with a baby that is your best, and you are thinking, oh, my baby is not big, my baby is not big, this baby is big. You don't know that baby is not is actually not healthy. So let's keeping it at the back of your mind as a new mom there, that your baby being chubby or big does not equate to your baby being healthy. Okay, so that is one mistake I avoided, and I hope you'll be able to avoid that. Just make sure that your baby is healthy. As long as your baby is healthy, they don't need to be fat to be healthy. They don't need that. Once your baby is active and healthy, that's enough. And if you have issues with your baby's growth, or you feel your baby is not growing normally, always seek a doctor's, the pediatrician's advice. As always, do not go and listen to anybody telling you what to feed baby or what not to feed baby to make your baby grow big. So the third mistake I tried to avoid was assuming all cries are the same. I'm going to tell you a story about this. When I had my second baby, before she turned 1, yeah, there was a time she was crying, and you know, normally she cries a lot. You know, she doesn't want any other person to be with her. She wants to be seeing me all the time and all that. So crying is a normal thing. But the way she was crying and crying, at least after pacifying her, I've given her food, I've given her, you know, I've tried to pacify her very well, but she was still crying. I felt it wasn't normal, but I didn't know what was wrong. So I started checking her, and then I said, okay, let me see if I can give her a warm bath to see if she's fine. And immediately I removed her clothes. I saw that she had red patches all over her. I panicked, and I called 999, and the ambulance came. They started asking me what she's eating, what has happened and all that. And while I was telling them what she's eating, by then, yeah, I remembered I gave her something that her sister ate, her sister's sandwich, which contained some cheese. Yeah, she had cheese sandwich. So they were like, probably it's an allergy, because it looks like her body was reacting to something. Her cries for granted. I started checking her, and that was how I realized that she had something else that was making her cry. And from that's how she went on. They did tests and saw that she is allergic to cheese. Yeah, thank God she has outgrown it now, because they said she may outgrow it, and she's outgrown it now. But the point of it is, as a mom, and as a new mom out there, do not overlook all the cries or assume that's how they cry. Someone might actually go and say, hey, babies always cry, so it's not a problem. It's always about maybe following your gut feelings sometimes to look, is this thing really normal? Am I sure this baby is really normal? So that's what it is, okay? So I avoided that mistake, and I hope you are going to avoid that too as a mom. Now, the fifth mistake I avoided as a mom is giving my babies food that they are not ready to start eating, okay? Own food differently because they are not supposed to eat salt. I'm not going to, you know, sometimes you give babies, okay, they are looking at you. Yes, sometimes when babies are looking at you eating, you want to give them. Just try and be sure that you are not giving them what they are not supposed to eat. It's like giving baby a piece of grape or something. Imagine if they put it and it sticks on their esophagus. That will be very, very dangerous. You don't go through these 9 months and then you come out and say, it's only grapes that I gave the baby, and then it's stuck on, and then we start telling stories. God forbid anybody telling stories. So I avoided that mistake. I tried as much as possible to avoid it, and do not allow anybody to maybe cajole you into doing that. You are the mom. You should take charge. Don't allow any other person to take charge of that for you, okay? Baby, after eating, Sometimes, you know, these babies, that bopping, it takes a whole lot of time. It takes a whole lot of time. But I tried as much as possible to make sure that I get my baby to bop whenever they eat. It's really important. If you don't bop your baby, you know what will happen. Either they throw up the food, they can be eating and it can come out, it can choke them and all that. So it was a mistake I tried as much as possible to avoid as a new mom. And you as a new mom there, I hope you try and make sure that you bop your baby. No matter the length of time it takes, it's really more important than every other thing that you are doing at that point in time, or any other person that is trying to distract you at that time. Okay, so bopping baby is very important. I avoided that mistake and I'm happy I did. Okay, the baby formula wrongly, yeah, you know, I did exclusive for, I think for the first baby, I think I did exclusive for about 5 months, and then I started formula. But I ensured that I looked at the pack and made sure I made the formula at the correct specification of water and baby formula that is recommended. I've heard a lot of moms saying that they want to put the milk, the formula, so that it will be thick for baby, that when it's thicker, it will hold the baby well. That is very wrong, very, very wrong. As a new mom, never make that mistake. Always look at the tin of baby formula and be sure that that baby formula, that you are putting the quantity of water and quantity of milk that is recommended. Making it thicker doesn't make your baby full. Rather, it will give your baby constipation, and then you start running around. If your baby if you are with your baby and your baby has not done a poo for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I'm sure you go mad. So it's something that you really want to avoid. And finally, one of the mistakes I avoided when I was so sorry, my battery just got exhausted at the last minute. And like I was saying, finally I tried to avoid that mistake of not letting my baby cry. Babies cry, yes. So they are using our brains. They know that already. So they know that, oh, once they open their mouth, somebody will carry them, and they will continue doing that. So I really avoided that mistake, probably because I was advised. One of the health nurses that came then, when I was visiting when I had my baby, she mentioned it then to me. You don't have to pick up the baby every time. You are going to get exhausted. You are going to regret it later. So don't start what you will not do. You will not stop. Don't start what you cannot stop. So yeah, that's what she said. So immediately when she said that to me, it helped me. So most times I allow the baby cry, you know, see whether it's just, if there's anything, or whether, you know, it's just your gut feelings. You still have to know. But yeah, it's not once the baby cries, you pick baby up. Once the baby cries, you pick baby up. Follow your gut feeling. Allow the baby to express themselves sometimes too. One of the doctors said something about crying for babies is a good way for them to expand their lungs. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, I try to avoid that mistake so that you can have so that I can have that time to maybe do other things, and also allow the baby, you know, to start knowing that they can be on their own without having anybody, you know, carrying them all the time. They shouldn't be picked up all the time. Allow them, you know. So I don't know about you, mom, there, but if you are still watching and you are still up to here, can you leave a comment there? Tell us one of the mistakes that you avoided as a new mom. And if you're a new mom and this video is something that you've learned from, please also leave a comment. And that's all for today. I will see you in my next video. Watch out for that one too. See you later. Bye.